Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm a monk, and today we are in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous doing yet another character build. Now this is a beginner's guide character build, so I'm going to be doing the early stages and what I would pick if this is my starting character, for instance, or if I'm trying to turn one of my companions into this build. Now, if this is the kind of content you are looking for and you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit that like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Now, this is an Oracle Purifier build, and an Oracle build was actually requested in one of my other videos. So this is for my viewers. And again, guys, if you are looking for a build that I haven't yet covered, don't forget to drop that in the comments, and I'll do my very best to get at it as soon as possible. Now, like I said, this is an Oracle build of Oracle Purifier, and some people may not know what an Oracle is because it's not one of those classes that are in many other RPGs. This is particularly a healer build. You use it to kind of buff and to heal. And this actually uses charisma to kind of get its power. And the build I'm going to be doing is going to be very kind of like front row, high armor type of dude as well, capable of healing your entire troops and dealing out some serious damage too. Now, when it comes to the Purifier, you can only pick the Asmir, but it does fit really well into what we're doing. You do get some heritage choices from this, so have a little look-see through them. Honestly, any of these work well. There's a few different types of builds you can do, again, with the Purifier as well. Idlekin is really good if you want to go down the Conjurer route. I really do want to do a Conjurer at some stage. You can summon some really good Dudios and power them up insanely. A really good buff on this. But for this build, we're going to go for Angelkin, mainly because I like the fact that it's giving you the strength and charisma boosts here. And you also acquire the ability Lesser Restoration, which is just a nice little bonus. Then we move on to background, and again, background, there's quite a few different options that we can pick. For us, we're going to go to regional, and we're going to go down to scholar. With this, you do get the knowledge of arcane, and you also get a bonus to knowledge of arcane checks. But like I said, there are a variety of options that you can pick here. So have a little look-see at what you think will best suit you as you play through this character. Next, we are on to the stats. Now, as I said earlier, this is a charisma style build. However, we are also going to be on the front line with this character, so a high strength is a priority. So we've gone for 16 strength, 10 dexterity, 16 constitution, because we're going to need those extra hit points because we're on that front line. We're going to do 12 for intelligence. You don't necessarily need it. If you want to take an extra couple down, you could do. Only going for 8 on wisdom and 16 on charisma. I have had a little bit of a play around with these stats, and I honestly think this is the best way to start this class and this build, but feel free to experiment. Like I said, you don't necessarily need intelligence, and you can probably tank dexterity a little bit as well. Next up are the skill slots, and basically the game does a very good job at telling you what you want to go for. Anyway, now we only have 4 points, and we have 5 green points up here. Choose what best suits you and your playthrough. If this is your main character, and as we are playing as a charisma build, then popping a point into persuasion is probably a very good idea. Now, when it comes to feats, the Oracle has a lot of options open to it, especially when it comes to the Purifier as well. There really is no wrong answer, guys. There's a lot of availability when it comes to, the direction in this character, just remember the kind of role that you're kind of looking for. You are going to be a frontline warrior. You're also going to be someone that's going to be healing the rest of your party as well, and probably a leader. So go along with that. What would you think that you're going to be using for this character? Armor is a good one. Specializing in heavy armor would be very, very good. Great fortitude, I personally think works really, really well. Power attack would be another one which I wouldn't mind taking. The use of shields, again, being another one. I think power attack, honestly, you can deal some devastating attacks early game as well. That really makes this huge difference. If you plan on using a shield focus would be another one that would work really well for your build. I also think that spell focus, there's a few different types of spells that would really help that you can pick up nice and early as well. Enchantment could be a decent one for use. It really does depend on what you want to do with this build and how you want it to play. I also really like the idea of the warrior piece. You gain one bonus to initiative checks, and you also gain a bonus to concentration checks. So that can be really helpful. The concentration checks there also, it goes in with the magic and the defense kind of tags that we're kind of looking for. But for the sake of this build, I think we're going to go for the shield bonus. But like I said, sorry, it's shield focus. But like I said, the armor focus would be another decent option for this build too. The Oracle Curse is an interesting one for us to pick from. Basically, you gain something bad, something that can, kind of hurt your one, like demonic. For instance, you get a -3 penalty on persuasion skill checks when used for diplomacy. However, you do gain some very interesting buffs from that. Like at level 5, you gain a bonus for to all saving throws against fear effects and so on. You also gain immunity to poison, another very, very decent one. So have a little look see through these, because some of the extra bonuses that you do actually acquire are extremely good. Some of the penalties aren't so good. However, I do quite like lame. It reads that one of your legs is permanently wounded, reducing your base land speed by 10 feet. Your speed never reduces due to encumbrance, however, so that's kind of cool. At level 5, you become immune to fatigue condition. At level 10, your speed is never reduced by any armor you're wearing. So even when you are wearing that heavy armor, you're not going to find any kind of nothing's going to physically show in your character. And at level 15, you also gain immunity to exhaustion conditions. It's quite easy to get exhausted in the game, so I quite like that one. I think, like I said, there are quite a few different ones to pick from, so have a little look see and see which one actually works best for you. Up next, we have Mystery. This is another one where we acquire an ability or an array of abilities. Again, a lot of these are extremely good, and it really does depend on how closely you follow this guide to which one would best suit you. However, none of these is really a bad option. You could honestly pick any of them. Personally, for what we want someone on the front line dealing a ton of damage, able to heal our party members pretty much, you know, at will. So we're going to go for life. Yes, one of the abilities, like for instance, level 2, we already have restoration of the lesser, but all of those extra heals and extra nice abilities that we're going to be getting with that as we level up all the way through to level 9 are seriously good. It means we're pretty much able to handle anything we need to with our team. Next up, we have Revelation. We obviously have these based on our previous options. Again, none of them are a bad option, so pick which one you think would most benefit you and your team and what you think maybe you're missing from this build so far. Next up, we can pick 2 spells to learn. Now, it really does depend on how your party is made up, what kind of, extra abilities you think this character might need. For instance, if you have a damp here, you may not have a way to heal him. Therefore, picking inflict light wounds and cure light wounds would kind of cover all bases there. I quite like magic weapon as well. And I think that if way back at the beginning of this video, you picked one of the other backgrounds and ended up being able to summon, an extra animal companion, that pairing that with summon monster 1 would also be a pretty good option. However, on your standard group, I feel that Bless would be a hard one to pass up. Bless fills your allies with courage. Each ally gains 1 morale bonus on attack rolls. It really is very, very good. That mixed with Cure Light Wounds, I think is a winning combination. And finally, that leads us to Deity. There are no bad options here, guys. Honestly, pick what you best suits you, your play style, your team, what you're going for, or just your alignments. It's all good option, but that, guys, is my Oracle, my Purifier Oracle. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this character. Is this someone that you think you could play around with and have a bubble with? Have you got a different build that perhaps I haven't used? Let me know down in the comments. We're very interested to know what you think on this character. And again, if you have enjoyed this video, learned something, or just found it entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We also have an active Discord where I'd love to hear more about this game from you. The link for that will be down in the description. I also have a link for my novel that I've recently just finished. It's currently available as pre-order. That's 7 Broken and Bound, and it is a dystopian cyberpunk. The link for that is also down in the description. But guys, I have been a monk, we've been in Critically Clueless, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy, and of course, as ever, happy gaming.